I'm all for how to make something unexpected into something brilliant, especially when it can be used all year round. So today we're going to talk about how to take a plain white canvas and turn it into something great for the holiday season. So for today's project, you need to pick up a couple of canvases. You can do whatever size you want to. I picked this size. I think it's because I got a good deal. I believe it was like $5 for some price. That was a good one on sale. You can see this one's actually been in my closet for a while and is a little bit beat up, but doesn't matter because we're going to cover it. So also when you're at the store, pick up a couple of different fabric pieces. If you're doing one, it's whatever color you want, whether it's something for every day, something for the holidays. I actually picked red because it's in my house during my everyday decorations, but then also I incorporated it into my holidays. So this piece can go either way. So once you get your piece of fabric at the store, you just need to make sure that you get it about I'd say 12 inches wider, or sorry, about 6 inches wider in total than your canvas, so that you have a good 3-inch gap on either side, and then as well as the top and the bottom. Go ahead and iron your fabric so that there won't be any wrinkles, and once you've laid it out flat, make sure there's, like I said, no wrinkles, and then turn it over. So I have a little excess here that you just need to trim off. And the great thing about cotton is once you trim it, you can then just pull it. And it doesn't have to be a straight edge for this, so that's why I can do that. So once you get it lined up, if you do have a pattern, you need to make sure that it's straight. So because I have these little polka dots, what I'm doing is aligning them on the edge that while no one will see this edge because it's on the back, if it's straight here, then I know that it will be. Otherwise, it'll bug you once you get it done, or at least it would me. So you also need a staple gun, and I make sure you get one with not the extra long staples, because otherwise it can actually poke through your canvas. So all you need to do is just staple in and go across. Once you get one row done, do a corner. So fold it over and actually push your fabric in so that you can make a sharp corner. And then I actually fold it like I do a present. So I folded it towards this, and so your corner is tight, and then you'll go over the top, and that will be, it won't be as clean as the straight edge, but what that does is keep it a little bit tighter. So then you'll go around. I like to do first though the top, then the bottom, and then do the sides. That will, again, while you're doing it, make sure you're stretching it on the front side so that there's no wrinkles. So to save a little bit of time, I went ahead and had one I already did. So I actually did a couple of different colors because I had a 3-panel setup in my house. This was just a nice thing to put across a wide wall. And then what I'm going to do to make it, you can leave it just like this for the everyday. Just a splash of pattern, of color, if you use one of the colors you want to bring into your house. It's also very cheap and easy to, if you say you want to decorate or update your room, just switch out the fabric. You can take it off and add a new one at very low cost. So what I'm going to do to make it more holiday-ish is I'm going to wrap it. One of the things I love for wrapping is tulle. It's very easy. If you travel for the holidays, it's great because it doesn't, you can smash it and beat it up and fluff it when you get back. So what we're going to do is make an X with our wrapping so that will hold it tight. So in order to do that, you want to start with I start in the thinnest part, the wide, or my smallest side, and you want to get quite a bit of tulle. And it's okay if you have extra because you're going to make your first bow with it. So once you get that done, pull that through, and then when you're on the back, then you crisscross it. And what that will allow you to do is then you don't have to attach this ribbon to your canvas because you're tying it like you would a present right there. The other great thing about tulle is you can make it as wide or as thin as you want. I think I want to do about a 2-inch. So then I have my extra pieces. This is where we started. Go under with one, where your roll is. The other thing about tulle is it's pretty cheap and ribbon can get expensive. Pull it really tight. Take your other one, go under as well. So then you're going under both directions and then match it so you have about the same amount as you do over on your other side. So pull it tight and then just pull it and tie it into a knot. Again, great thing, you can come back, fluff that up on either side. You can use any color. I just chose to use white because it kind of went with the color scheme. Tied one knot, I'm actually going to tie another knot. We'll use these extra pieces in a little bit. So this is just like you would a bow for anything. Start with it in your hand and then you just go back and forth. Make sure your loops are about even, but what this does is it'll add a lot of fluff. Pretty cheap price, easy to make. So I'm just going to do, let's do about 5 loops on either side. I use tulle when I'm wrapping presents too. Again, it makes it easy. So I actually don't want there to be any tails since I already have my tails. Pull that in. And then you're using your extra long tails, those pieces that you started with, and tying it on. Then you just tie your tails like you would a bow, and you've got 6 loops. Don't worry about fluffing it yet because we're actually going to add a second color. So again, I'm not going to add any tails because I want this to be just kind of an addition on top. So I'm kind of measuring, I want it to be about maybe an inch or an inch shorter than my other loops. When you do this, just remember that you twist your loops as you build so that your sheen or whatever your pattern is on the outside. So, and this is 1.5 inch ribbon. So just make this up real quick. I'm doing 3 loops so it'll kind of complement the 6 loops on either side that we have with our tulle. So just trim this up. Again, I don't really want to do any tails because we'll do that before. So have that there. I'm actually going to use our tails that we have left from our first tie from the crisscross and just tie that on. So what that does is gives us a little bit of puff, make sure you're not pulling, yeah, I got that a little loose. Try that again. So let me regroup my bow here. If that doesn't work, the other thing you can do is, I always just have a little bit of a wire. Just take a piece about 6 inches. Because what we're going to do then, I'm going to change that up so that tulle bow stays nice and fluffy. So then what we're going to do here is take this, just trim that off where that knot was because that doesn't look very nice. Make sure our tulle bow is tight and then just take your wire and attach it around everything. That will be another layer of holding everything together. I actually pull my wires up and just twist them off again. So fluff your red bow. That adds a little bit of color. Then you have your white one for your background. And then you can alternate. You could maybe use on another one, you could use a white background, red tulle, white bow. So that gives you a nice little present you can hang on the wall and doesn't change up your canvases that you can use all year. And it also, if you wanted to, you could make this as a crisscross to hold Christmas cards as well. So wrap yourself up a present and have a happy holidays and Merry Christmas.